So here's a few examples. So we do this by testing you in two different ways. So you test yourself based on pace and consistency. So this is an example of the way you test it. So you go out to a court and it's you and your partner. And you start hitting cross-court forehands with your partner. And what happens is, as you're hitting cross-court with them, you start to up your pace level. So you start off, let's say, at 50% pace. And you rally at 50% pace cross-court with your partner, and you see how many shots you can get in a row at 50. So at 50% pace, you're not hitting all that hard. You should be able to get a whole lot. And then you do 3 rallies, and you see, okay, which of those 3 rallies at 50% pace did I get the most? Okay, one I got 5. The next I got 3, and then the next one after that I got 2. So I got 5. That was my highest one. And so you record that, and we have a place in the ebook to record how many you made. So you record that and at the pace level, so your best. And so then you go, okay, let me go up to the next level. So I'm going to go from 50% to 75%. So now you're hitting harder. This is more, like a pretty hard rally ball. And you're going cross-court forehands again, and you do 3 rallies, and again you record what the longest rally you were able to get at that particular pace, and then you go up to 100% pace. Now 100% pace doesn't mean I'm swinging like a baseball bat, and just swinging completely flat. No spin. 100% pace means that I'm hitting the ball really as hard as I can. I'm swinging as fast as I can while still having good technique. So I'm still getting under the ball. I'm still brushing up. I'm still putting topspin. I'm still trying to reach out with my follow through and go all the way around. So that ability to track whether or not where you are in your progress, are you still at the 4 level, or are you progressing to the 4-5 level, and get very granular with that. Is it your forehand, your backhand, your serve, your return, or your volley? What is it that is really preventing you from being able to get to that next level? So this is going to be a way for you to be able to track your progress and see whether or not you're improving on a very specific level. So we're going to have a test for each of the different strokes: forehand, backhand, serve, return, and volley. We're going to test, you're going to have the ability, and we're going to go through the instructions of testing yourself on each of those. We also have a video, in case this sounds confusing, which will be going over all of that. So that's the next step. So to be able to get to from the 4-0 to the 4-5, you need to be able to understand specifically where it is that you're doing well, where it is that you're doing poorly, and you need to be very, very granular, and you need to have data behind that. And in this ebook, we're going to be able to help you be able to get there. So that's number 2. So after you've gotten your tennis personality type, which we're going to help you get, after you've been able to assess yourself and measure how well you're doing, next we're going to be able to get into the technique, fitness, and footwork of being able to get to that 4-5 level. So what this means is being able to assess where you are with your technique and where you need to go. And again, if you're just now joining, we're going over Escaping 4-0, your guide to 4-5 tennis, which is going to be able to help you get to the next level. Go from a 4-0, it's the A to Z steps of going from a 4-0 to a 4-5, and it's going to be everything you need to know. It's 120 pages. We're doing a special launch day deal and giveaway today. So if you're interested in that, comment 4.5, and I'll send you the link, and you'll be entered in our giveaway today to get a free one of our ebooks. Okay, so that's all number 1. So that is the ability to track where you are now. So the next is going over technique. So in the technique section, we're going to be going over your forehand, your backhand, your serve, your return, and your volley, and being able to track where you are in each of those different strokes. So let's take an example. So for the forehand, we're going to be going over the 5 different keys to be able to hit a 4-5 forehand. So number 1 is quick feet. So what I so often see at the 4-0 level is people that are very stagnant and are just standing around, and they're not taking lots of small steps. A huge key. Now, and again, this is where it does get a little tricky. So I've heard this in comments before. So someone says, look, you shouldn't take small steps. The pros never do that. But what is in fact happening is the shots that get to the pros are ultra fast. They don't have time for lots of small steps. At the 4-0, 4-5, and even 5-0 level, you're going to have more time. And number 2, whenever they do have more time, they're taking lots of small steps. And then also being able to take those small steps, it's really important for you to be able to be on balance. So you take the small steps, you adjust, you create space. That's a huge thing that the pros do so well, is they create space between themselves and the ball. And I see so often at the 4-0 level and even at the 4-5 level that people don't have enough space. They can jam. Pros do such a good job of being able to create space between their elbow and their body, between themselves and the contact point. That space is what's going to be able to give them the power that they need to be able to generate tons of power and to be able to really push their opponent back. So that number one is quick feet for the forehand. If you want to have a good forehand, you got to have quick feet. That means a split step. That means adjusting steps. That means staying low in a squatting position. So that's number one. You got to use your legs, got to use your feet. Number two is an early turn. I see this so common in forehand and backhand. Maybe even you could even throw potentially volleys in there, where what happens is you have the shot coming to you. Let's say someone hit a forehand to you, and last second you turn. Last second you turn, and it's kind of tight to your body. Instead, what you need to be doing is you need to be turning early. You need to be turning as soon as the ball is coming to you. You need to be able to get your racket back quickly and early, create space. Don't wait till the last second to get your unit turn. Turn as early as you possibly can. We're going to be going over this and so much more in Escaping 4-0, your guide to 4-5 tennis. So you need to be able to do an early turn. You need to be able to, so when should you turn? Okay, so I recommend as soon as you know whether it's a forehand or a backhand, immediately turn. So get that racket back behind your shoulder and keep it there while the ball is coming to you. So let's say it hasn't even crossed over the net and you're already turned. So you're moving back and forth around the court with your racket already in this position, so that way you're able to keep lots of space. What happens so often is the ball crosses the net and then we turn last second and then we make contact. We're like a T-Rex and we make contact super close. Early turn. I can't stress this enough. So many players would just up their game level 10x, 20x, so much more if they were just able to turn early. So as soon as the ball is crossing the net, turn early. If you're just now joining also, we're going over how to Escaping 4-0, your guide to 4-5 tennis, the ebook launching today. If you want a free one, Common 4.5, and we're going to be choosing one person to be able to give a free giveaway to. And we're going to give this away. We're also going to do a stroke analysis. We're going to be able to do so much to be able to help you get to the 4-5 level, and we're going to do one giveaway today. We're going to announce it at the end of this live, so make sure you comment 4.5. So that is number one. So within the forehand, you need to be able to have quick feet. You need to have early turn. What's next? Extended contact. This is such a place where people lose so much free and easy power. So what happens is you have your late turn, and you make it maybe kind of back here. Instead, you need the ability to make contact out in front. Why do you need contact out in front? The reason is when you extend away, you are taking advantage of the physics law of torque. Torque equals force times distance. Force is how fast you're swinging. Distance is how far away are you from the contact point. The further away you are, the more easy power you're going to get. So make sure when you're doing your swing, you're not hitting and making contact here. You need to turn early and you need to make contact way out in front. This is going to give you so much easy power. I cannot stress this enough. So many players, so much struggle with a late turn, with hitting the ball tight. This is going to rob you of all your power and your ability to put a pressure. So remember, from a 4 to a 4-5, you need two things. You need to be consistent under pressure, and you need to be able to have a weapon. These two things are going to help you develop that weapon and be consistent under pressure. So that's the second key to being able to hit a forehand. Let's jump to the backhand. There are more points in the ebook. We can't get to them all. So with the backhand, what are some of the big keys to being able to help you get to the 4-5 level? So number one is having a left-hand lead. What does this mean? So what happens so common, and here's my tennis racket. So what happens so often is we, the 4-0 players especially, we like death grip, and we're super nervous and we're super scared, and we death grip with our right hand the grip, and we pull. And what happens when you do that is instead of having space, and again we already talked about this, you need that torque. You end up pulling in instead of extending out. Your hand is faced towards you, and so it's more natural to pull in. When you let your left hand lead, that means that your grip perfect. All right. So that's going to be number two. Is the ball or power, because then again, when you have this big backswing, you're far more likely to be hitting it late. So instead, watch Djokovic, watch Agassi, watch the great players. They have a short, concise backhand that stays close to their body, and then they make contact way out in front. That ability to make contact way out in front, that is going to give you the power. So have a short, small backswing and keep it. So here's an example. Like if you watch Djokovic, he most of the time keeps his take back below his head. So here's it stays below the head level. So keeping it below the head level is going to be able to give you the ability to have a shorter, more compact backswing, be able to replicate it more frequently and consistently, and be able to make contact out in front. So again, have a small backswing, don't have a big backswing. It's so much harder to time. Rotate away from the ball. So let's say a backhand is coming to you. So let's say you're my opponent right now. So what I first want to be able to do is rotate away. So when I rotate away, that means my back is facing towards you as my opponent. This rotation is going to help me generate so much easy power. So then, as I make contact, I'm rotating through. I make contact right there, so my racket's out in front of me. And then I follow through all the way around, and my other opposite shoulder is now facing towards you. This is the same kind of approach for your forehand as well. You turn, you rotate, your back is almost facing towards them. You hit, and then you rotate all the way around. The pros that do this, they're the ones who are getting so much easy power. So make sure you're rotating. Make sure you're rotating away from the shot. This is going to apply for your forehand, for your backhand, and for your serve. Being able to get so much more easy power based on rotating away and then rotating through. So that's rotation. And the last thing I'm going to go over is long follow through. So with your backhand, what happens very often is we pull in tight and we have a follow through that's like a T-Rex, and it goes like whoop, really tight and close to our body instead of extending away and giving ourselves lots of space. So don't pull in close to your body. When you extend away, this does a couple things. Number one, the ball is going to go where your strings are facing. You know, basic like rule, everyone will agree with it. So if my strings are facing off to the side, the ball is going to go that way. If my strings are facing towards you, towards the camera, it's going to go straight at you. So when you have a longer follow through, when you have your racket facing towards the opponent and towards your target, you're more likely to be able to hit it directly to your target and hit that shot consistently and well. Instead, when your follow through is tight, because what happens is your strings don't face towards your target as long. They go like this. And when you pull away, you're more likely to shank the ball, or you're more likely to miss hit it and it not go towards your target. So try and have a long follow through, extend your racket towards your opponent. That's going to be able to help you to hit more consistently and more accurately in terms of directionally, and then it also helps you with pace. Think about throwing a baseball. So if I were to throw a baseball or a tennis ball or whatever, I wouldn't have if I do a tight follow through like this, it doesn't work out very well. You don't throw very well at all, and you don't throw very far. But then if I have a much longer follow through, I throw a lot further and I can throw a lot harder. If you see like the great baseball pitchers and people like that, they have that amazing follow through. They're rotating all the way through. They rotate. They throw when their arm is super far away, so that helps with their torque. And they are making sure they have that long follow through where their arm goes all the way around. So same thing applies with the forehand and the backhand. Make sure that you're having that long follow through where you're extending your racket away from your body to be able to give yourself pace. And again, that long follow through is going to be huge. So quick recap. What are some of the big things? Quick feet. You got to have quick feet for the forehand and backhand. Number two, early turn. Don't wait till the last second for the ball to come to you. Number two. Number three, make sure that your contact point is far away. Don't hit close to your body. Instead, make sure your contact point is far away from your body. You have lots of space. And then number four, make sure you're getting that long follow through, extended contact point, and then long follow through so you can have lots of pace. So, all right, so next, what we're going to be doing, we're going to do one more point and then we're going to be jumping off. So again, if you're just now joining, we're doing Escaping 4.0, Your Guide to 4.5 Tennis. The ebook is launching today. If you are serious about wanting to get to the level, if you're 4.0, this is even applicable if you're 3.5. Even 4.5 players could learn from this. But if you want to get to the 4.5 level, if you want to be able to improve, get my ebook, Escaping 4.0, Your Guide to 4.5 Tennis. You can click the link in the bio. You can be able to, you can click the link in the bio. You can DM me. You can message 4.5 right now. We're going to choose a giveaway in just a few minutes. Giveaway winner, and I'm going to send you a free ebook Plus, I'm also going to do a forehand and backhand analysis review for you. So make sure you comment 4.5 right now. So the last thing we're going to be going over today, so we've talked a lot about technique. A huge part of tennis that is so prevalent and that is such a struggle for so many players is the ability to deal with the mental side. And truly, this is honestly a lot harder so much of the time than being able to deal with the technique. Technique, if I'm your coach, I can look at you and say, X, Y, Z. Those are the things, fix those, and you're going to get to the next level. Mental is so much more difficult, and yet it's probably the most important part of tennis, and it's the most important part of being able to go from a 4-0 to a 4-5 and even beyond all the different levels. Sorry, lost something. All the different levels of tennis is the mental part. That's truly where the difference makes. So, how can you improve your mental side? Well, number one, so that's pretty much it, guys. I mean, there's so much more. Again, no way I can cover all of this. Escaping 4-0, your guide to 4-5 tennis. It's coming. It is here today. It is taken so many hours, probably 100 hours, probably well over 100 hours. In some ways, it's taken years to go to create this ebook. Just so excited to be able to share it with you all. Really excited to genuinely be able to help you get to the next level. I'm here as well. If as you're going through the ebook, you have questions and you're like, okay, what did you mean about this? I'm here to help you work through the ebook and be able to get to the next level, be able to get to the 4-5 level. So don't just stay stagnant. Right now, the choice is yours. If you are serious about getting to the 4-5 level, that choice is up to you. I'm here to help you. I'm here to be your guide over here. You have to take the next step. You have to get the ebook. You have to get out on the court and practice. You're just waiting for it to happen. It's not going to happen. You have to make the choice to do it. So if you're serious, today is the day. We are having an insane launch day deal today. There's an ebook, forehand, backhand review, other PDF guides are created, a video backhand course guide is created, over $295 worth of value. Today for only $49 if you get the ebook. That's only today. We're not going to be doing that forever. That's only today. And that's because we really want to help. We want to get the word out. If you have 4-0 friends, spread the word, send this to them. And we want to be able to really help people. We want to get the word out, and we want to be able to help you get to that 4-5 level. So many 4-0 players feel stuck. You feel trapped. You've been at the 4-0 level for months, years maybe, and you just can't get to the 4 or 5 level. I've seen that so many times, and we've been able to help players be able to improve dramatically, be able to go from always using the 4-0 to beating 4-5. So if you're serious about that, if you're serious about wanting to get to the 4-5 level, if you're serious about wanting to improve your tennis, then go to the link in my bio, message me 4-5, and I'll get the link to you, and you can get to the next level. That choice is yours. If you want to be serious about your tennis, that's up to you. I can help you. You have to be able to get out there and practice and get the ebook, get guided to the next level. So now, the moment you're all waiting for, we're going to be announcing the winner, the giveaway winner of today. So, without further ado, all right, the winner of today is Marcus-VGR. So, Marcus, if you're still on, or if not, I'm going to be emailing you all the details. You're going to get your free 4-0, Escaping 4-0, your guide to 4-5 tennis. So excited to help you, Marcus. If you want to get to the 4-5 level, like Marcus is going to do, then get the link, go to the link in my bio, message me 4-5. I'll get the link to the Escaping 4-0, your guide to 4-5 tennis to you, and we are going to help you improve. So, thank you so much. We'll probably jump on later live today. Stay posted. Go get the ebook. Launch day deal is today. You'll get it. Take advantage of it. And then it's yours all.